Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, this is a continuation of how to cut a straight bustier. So this is the stitching part, that is how to sew a straight bustier. So guys, I want you to make sure you watch it to the end because this video is very comprehensive, and if you've not liked this video, make sure you like this video because it's very important. It will make you to continue seeing our videos, and also make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks and may God bless.
In our last class we did the cutting of a straight bustier. Okay, so now we are going to be sewing it. So in this particular class, I'm going to be explaining everything about the sewing. I'm going to be explaining how we actually got this one, which you guys know that we got this one through we took our pattern and we trimmed. Do you understand? Then as we see, I want to show you guys something. We took our pattern and we trimmed, and we made sure that on this area, on this side that the bustier is, are you seeing it? We added extra half inch on all sides. You guys, are you seeing it? We added extra half inch on all sides. But as you can see, look at this one. This one is the one we use for our practical. Majorly is half length, but this one is a blouse. So whichever, I'm just going to teach us how to couple whether a blouse, a gown, or a half length that we are going to be adding flare to. Do you understand? So now after you have finished tracing it, which is what you can see now, you see it. So this thing here is just a kind of, it's not like we've done an armhole already. This is actually showing us that this part is for the armhole. Do you understand? So whether you make it to be a bit longer or whether you just do a normal, you cut it out a little bit, it's just showing us. So by me looking at it now, after you are done cutting out on our fabric, as you can see, look at the material, look at the lining. Are you seeing it? The material and the lining do the same thing. So next thing we need to do is to use our interfacing and gum on it. Now this interfacing is very important because it helps to improve the quality of your material. It helps to make any material look more, look more superior. Do you understand? Even if you're making use of a material that is of low quality, it also helps to increase the quality. Do you understand? Okay, so what are we going to do? How are we going to be gumming it? As you guys know, every interfacing, this one is what we call the hairstay interfacing. Are you seeing it? Every interfacing has this rough part and the smoother part. Do you understand? The rough part is where the gum is, and the smooth part is where you place your iron whenever you want to use it. So all you have to do is to take your material like this, as you can see, take your material like this, unfold it and place it here. Okay guys, as you can see, look at this. All you have to do is to take your iron. Please make sure you regulate the iron so as not to burn your fabric. Look at it. This is what you do till you finish ironing all of it. As you can see, I'm done ironing this side. So this is the last part that I'm ironing at this moment. Okay, so when you are done ironing, as you can see, make sure you keep your iron, then turn it. Are you seeing it? Okay, look at it. It's looking very nice. This is what you are going to be doing both on the front and the back part of your material. Do you understand? Not just at the back part. Also make sure you do the same thing on your lining. Please, when you are done doing this, look at it. Are you seeing it? The texture of the fabric will look more superior. The quality will improve. That is the essence of this. When you finish making your clothes, it's going to look nice. So next thing you are going to be doing, guys, is to use your scissors and trim it out. Are you seeing? Now, the next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be doing what we call applying the wadding. We are going to be applying the wadding. So as you can see, by me looking at this is the center, the center part of the front, the center front. Then these are the two sides. Are you seeing it? A, B, C. So we are going to be applying wadding here and apply wadding here. It's the same thing you do on this front part of the material. It's the same thing you're going to be doing on the lining. Do you understand? I want you to know that. Okay, so in order to apply wadding, we are going to be working with this one. Please, I want you to know that there are different textures of wadding. Do you understand? There are different thickness of wadding. Like this one you are seeing here now is a soft wadding. And you see it's a very light wadding. So now I'm using this because of the nature of this person's bust. Do you understand? So you can use any texture you want. Probably, let's say your bust is so small that you really want the structure to show after you finish making the clothes. I want you to use the thick one. Do you understand? Okay, but if you don't want the wadding to appear much on your dress, but you still just want to use the wadding, please use the light one. So as you can see, look at the one I'm using. So now in order to cut out the wadding, now look at it guys, I've cut it out already. So this is cut out from it's cut out from 1 yard of wadding. Do you understand? So in order to make it, I had to cut it so that I can explain. Now look at it. Every wadding is placed from the underbust. Are you seeing it? From the notch part. So guys, make sure you notch the underbust. It's very important. look at it, you place it like this and you gum it. Do you understand? Okay, now but the thing is, what the length that we are going to be cutting out, are you seeing it? So by me looking at this now, what we have here is 9 inches. Are you seeing it? So what am I trying to say? If you have a small bust of 32, 33, 34, 35, you can actually use 8 inches. Do you understand? So immediately you get to bust of 37, 38, 39, 40. Do you understand? You can use 9 inches. So for bigger bust of like 43, 44, 45, do you understand? You can use 10 inches as the length. Do you understand? Now please, I also want you to know that all these things I've just given now is my own formula. Do you understand? It's my own chart that I've just given you guys now. Now I want you to know that some persons don't use this measurement that I said. Some persons gum it till they reach at the end. Do you understand? Some persons gum from the under bust down to the upper part as a whole. Do you understand? I hope most of us have seen that. Yes, they gum from this under bust directly to the upper part. Do you understand? So that particular one is also correct. But you must have a reason why you want to do it that way. Do you understand? Okay. Now talking about the width. The width, I don't need to explain much about the width. The width is according to the width of the center front. Are you seeing it? Look at it. According to the width of the center front. Look at it. Center front is about 8.5 inches, and what we have here is 9 inches. So that means it will cover. Are you seeing it? Okay. So look at it. The distance from the under bust down to here is 9 inches. I've given out the chart already. Why here is depending on the width of the bustier here. Are you seeing it? Okay. So now that is not the only one you're going to cut, because you also need to gum here. Do you understand? Okay. So as you can see, look at it. Look at it. I've also cut out another one. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. It's going to be like this. That means the length is going to be the same thing as the length from under bust of this one down to the up. Are you seeing? That means how many did I use here now? 9 inches. Why the width, the thickness is going to be 4 inches. This, I want this one to be constant for you. There are changes. You can actually make some changes. It must not be 4 inches, but for the sake of this particular tutorial, let's have it as how many? 4 inches. Do you understand? So now let me teach us how to place it and the iron. Do you understand? Okay. Now look at it, guys. Place, like I said, place it from the under bust. Make sure you place exactly from the notch point. Are you seeing it? When you place it, next thing you need to do is to use your pin and hold it. Why did I say use your pin and hold it? It's very, very necessary, so that when you are using it to not shift. As you can see, I've actually pinned this one. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be using the scissors. Are you seeing it? To cut off the extra. Now I know some of us will be asking, why can't I gum from here? Let me tell you that I know most of us must have experienced it. When you are gumming from here, at the end of the day, you notice that it is not actually gumming, because the gum here is probably weak. Do you understand? So that's why I said you should take a pin and hold it, then cut off the excess in front, so as for it not to dirty your iron when you are ironing from front. Do you understand? Okay. So when you are done cutting it out, next thing you are going to be doing is ironing the front. Please, while ironing the front, you are not expected to put your iron directly in front of this material. You are expected to take another material that is very, very superior to iron, place on top of it, and then iron, so as not to dirty your clothes, not to burn your dress or whichever. Do you understand? Okay guys, look at it here. Are you seeing it? This material is okay. So increase the temperature of your iron and the iron. Okay, so guys, as you can see, look at it. It has easily gummed. Are you seeing it? Okay, it has easily gummed. So all you need to do is that if there's any excess of the wadding, please make sure you cut it out. It's very, very important you do that, so as not to make mistake while coupling. Make sure you cut it out like this. Okay, so we are done with this center. Are you seeing it? We are 100% done with this center. So let's work on the side. So as you can see, this is the wadding we cut out for the side. Like I said, from here to here is 9 inches, from here to here is 4 inches. So all you have to do, you don't have to leave it like this. I know some of us do leave it like this, 4 corner like this. Do you understand? But I would advise us to get something like this. See the shape. Are you seeing it? See the shape from the, remember I said this is from the under bust. Are you seeing it? Now look at it. The shape is something like this. Are you seeing it? So what is this? Look at it. It's just something like this. So all I want you to do is look at it. See, all I want you to do. You can place both of them like this. Are you seeing it? Make sure it is equal. That means you are getting the center. Are you seeing it? Place it like this. There's something I really want to teach us here. Let me place it back. When you are placing it, look at it. When you are placing it here, let me show you something. Here supposed to, the edge supposed to be touching the edge here. Are you seeing it? Why here supposed to be touching the notched point? Okay, now let's open up this part again. Okay, now look at it, look at the notch point. Are you seeing it? So when you are placing it, place it like this. Here on the, then you're also making sure that here, the edge, are you seeing it? Is touching here, then here is touching here. So at this point is the point normally you have to mark. Are you seeing it? You have to mark that point. So now look at it. Let's fold. Let's fold it like this. Why am I folding like this? So that whichever thing I'll be cutting, it will be affecting the other side. Now look at it. At this point, I'm going to be cutting off and making this shape. Like I said, guys, some persons don't usually do like this, but why I'm doing it like this, that I really want it to look like a bra cup. Do you understand? When you finish making it, it looks beautiful. So now look at it. So you can see. Are you seeing it? So next thing we need to do, let's go. Now let's go. Are you seeing? This is the rough part. This is the rough part. Remember what I said? This is the rough part. The rough part is where the gum is. So place it like this. When you place, are you seeing it? When you place it like this, okay, make sure that the edge here is also rhyming. Okay, are you seeing it? So next thing you need to do is to use your pin and hold it. Okay, use your pin and hold it. Okay, do the same thing on the other side. So now look at it. After you are done holding it with your pin, take your scissors and then cut off the extra so that it will not dirty your iron. Okay, when you are done, take your piece of material and cover, then do what? Iron. Make sure you cut off the excess and remove the pins. Okay, so as you can see, look at this now. We are done with the gumming. Are you seeing it? We are actually done with the gumming. So what I want you guys to do now is we are going to be sewing, joining this side. Are you seeing it? So you can see, look at our notch point, which is very, very necessary, because how are we going to be joining it? We are going to be placing it in a way that, now look at it. Are you seeing it? Such that we start from the underbust, so till we reach at the upper part. Are you seeing it? Then continue from the downside. So now the essence of doing this now is to make sure that here is equal. Are you seeing it? And here is also equal. This helps to make your work look better. Okay, and perfect. So I want you to see something. Since we are going to be sewing that way, all I want you to do is that, remember, we are going to be sewing ½ inch. Now look at it. There is this positioning that we usually use while sewing, and this is the best positioning. Are you seeing it? Keeping it like this and so. So on this particular point, remember how many inches do we have for our seam allowance? That is ½ inch. Are you seeing? So use the ½ inch and make a curve like this where you are going to be sewing. Do you understand? Okay. It's just for this thing is going to give you a guide. Do you understand? It's going to give you a very nice guide. Now look at it. Remember, if we keep it like this, see, remember when we keep it like this, this is what we get. Are you seeing it? So now for the sake of this particular one, look at it. It's going to be like this. Are you seeing it? I mean, the positioning that we usually place it whenever we want to sew. This one, look at the best positioning. Are you seeing it? Look at it here. Now ½ inch all through. Are you seeing it? Okay. So let's go to the table and let's go to the machine and sew it out. Please, whatever you do on this material is the same thing you're going to do on the line, even the stitching. Do you understand? Okay, look at it. So let's do the stitching. So you can see from here, you fold to this side. And the most important thing is to make sure that the notch points are rhyming. Place it very well. Okay, make sure every part that's supposed to rhyme is rhyming. Then start your stitching. Yeah, so you can see when you are done stitching from here, then you continue from here downwards. Okay, so look at it. Look at this very side. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? It's coming out. So I want you to do something. We are going to be sewing on the other side. Okay, let's work on the other side first. Let's work on this side first. Remember what I said, from the notched point, from the underbust. So look at it, guys. So let's take our scissors and notch more. Are you seeing it? Notch more, so that place will relax. So you can also notch here in a situation where you're using a very, very thick wadding. Do you understand? You can also notch here if you're using a very thick wadding, so as to make sure it relaxes when you are ironing it. So after you are done, next thing you need to do is to go to the ironing table, open it up like this. Are you seeing it? And iron. Then when you get to this point, also iron, but make sure you put, there's a ball that represents the bust that we usually put under. When you put it under, then open this thing and also iron. I think you guys are going to see it. So after you are done sewing this thing like this, make sure you do the same thing on the lining. Do you understand? And also, we are going to be sewing the back part of the fabric. This is actually the back. So we are going to be coupling the back. Please remember, whatever you do in front of the material, whatever you do on the rain material, is the same thing you're going to do on the lining. Okay, so let's connect. Look at it. It is like this. Remember when we started coupling for the front? Now for the back, we're going to start from down part. Are you seeing it? Start from the down. That is what we are going to be doing. Okay. So guys, as you can see, look at it. Are you seeing it? There's no neck yet, no armhole yet. So look at it. So all we have to do is to go to the ironing table. Are you seeing it? Open here and iron. The same thing we are doing, the same thing we did in the front. That's the same thing we are going to do. Then after that, next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to be doing the trimming. That is getting the neck, the armhole and everything. Do you understand? Okay. Okay, so guys, as you can see, what we're about doing now is that we are about ironing. So I want to show you guys how to iron, actually iron. Look at it. Remember it was positioned like this previously. Then you have to open it up. Then use your iron and iron. Please, our advice, I want you to really iron it very well. So I advise you to increase the temperature of your iron. Then use a material like this, a full cotton material, so that it will not get burnt. Then use it like this, open it up and iron. Are you seeing it? Okay. So when you get to this half underbust length, you stop. Okay, you stop. As you can see, you have ironed this side very well. Do the same thing here. Look at it. Open it up and then you iron. See your iron, I want you to kind of open here like this. Do you understand? Make sure that you have enough heat on your iron, not the one that can be able to burn your clothes. It's not even going to burn your clothes because you're making use of this material. Okay, so make sure you iron it very well. Now, as you can see, we have iron here, we have iron, but we still need to iron here. It's not well positioned. So all you have to do is use kind of thing like this. Are you seeing it? You are going to make use of this thing. So make sure you position it this way. Are you seeing it? Position it this way, then expand it like this, and you iron it out just like this. Okay guys, so what we are going to be doing now, we are going to be trimming. So I'm going to be teaching us how to fold this material in order for you to trim. Now look at it guys. Let's fold it. This, whatever you do on this material is the same thing you're going to do on the lining. Look at it. So when you fold, we are going to fold into two. So what I advise you to do is make sure that here is equal. Are you seeing it? If here is equal, make sure that it is equal like this. Then use your pin and hold it. And make sure that here is also equal. Use your pin and hold it. Make sure here also is equal to the other side. Are you seeing it? Use your pin and they hold it. Are you seeing it? So next thing you have to do is look at it guys. Place it like this. Are you seeing it? When you're trying to balance it, are you seeing it's getting balanced already? Place it like this. Then when you place it like this, please I want you to know something. This must surely correspond to this. Are you seeing it? So how do you know? Look at it. As my hand is like this. When you turn this side, my hand is so. From here, I'm feeling it that both of them are equal. Are you seeing it? Okay. So when you've arranged it, all you have to do is to take a pin from here, hold it like this. Are you seeing it? Please do the same thing here. Make sure that this one is also equal to this particular one. Please do the same thing on the lining. Do you understand? Okay. Yes. So now let me teach us how to place it. As you can see, look at it. We have placed the lining. Are you seeing it? The right side of the lining facing the other right side. Are you seeing it? This is how you do it. Please do the same thing here. Look at it. This is the back. The right side facing the right side. Are you seeing it? Okay. So now, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be placing this one on this one. Are you seeing it? Placing the material on the lining. Please make sure you pin it very, very well. Place and pin very, very well. It is very important to do that. Don't just place it in a way that at the end of the day you'll be seeing that lining will be coming out so much, you know. No. Make sure that it is equal. Very, very equal. Okay, so let's say we are done. As you can see, we are done with the placement here. We are done with the placement. Use your pin and hold it a little bit so that it will not start a wipe working on this. So next thing we are going to be doing, we are going to keep it aside and we are going to be working on the material. So you can see we've already folded this one. Are you seeing it? So now look at what we are going to be doing now. We are going to be using the lining to put on top of it. Are you seeing it? Okay. So place it very well and make sure you use your pin and hold it. Are you seeing it? Okay, look at it, guys. We're actually done. Then take this and place like this. Please, I want you to see something. Look at it. Place it. Make sure that here they are equal. Are you seeing it? So that here coming out to be for the zipper allowance. Place it like this. Use your pin and hold it. Okay, now look at it, guys. Are you seeing it? So from here, there's something I want you to do. So most of us usually make this mistake. Don't just leave here this way. Just keep it like this. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing? When you keep it like this, you notice that the bustier is coming out more. Instead of just trying to draw this one to reach here. Are you seeing it? You mustn't draw it to reach here because it is not supposed to even reach at the beginning because of the curve. Do you understand? So that's why this one you have to place it like this and pin it. Okay, are you seeing it? Okay, place it like this and then pin it. Now as you can see a little space here. Don't try to draw it, just let it be. Do you understand? Let it be, don't just try to drag it. So use your pin and also hold here. Just try your best to hold it here. Okay, so now we are done placing it. Next thing we are going to be doing now, we are going to be marking out our measurement. Do you understand? And then we are going to be marking out our measurement. Then after we cut it out, so let's start with the shoulder. So as you can see, this particular person's shoulder is actually 14 inches. Do you understand? So now look at what I want us to do. Whenever you are making use of whenever you are working on a straighter bustier, please don't start measuring the shoulder from here. Don't start measuring the shoulder from here. What I will advise you is that start measuring your shoulder from the point of your neck depth. Do you understand what I mean? If your neck depth is like 5 inches, 6 inches, start measuring your shoulder from that point, because there's something that usually happens when you place your exact shoulder here. At the end of the day, most of us must have noticed that it used to be when you finish cutting, your shoulder that was formerly 13 will now become 16. Do you understand? So in order to avoid that, always measure your shoulder from the neck depth. Do you understand? Let's say for this particular one now, the neck depth is 6 inches. Are you seeing it? So that means when I want to place my shoulder, I don't start from here. See where I'm going to start from. Are you seeing it? From here. Now let's measure shoulder. Shoulder is actually 7 inches. Are you seeing it? Okay, now look at it. 7 inches. Are you seeing it? Now add extra half to it. That means at this point is where our shoulder is supposed to be. Are you seeing it? Already, what you are supposed to do is use your rule and rule a straight line. So guys, look at it. Are you seeing it? So from here, rule. So in a situation whereby you did not, your own is still up to this point. Do you understand? So make sure you still rule it. Okay, so here is the armhole length. Are you seeing it? So next thing we are going to do, let's slope our this thing. So in order for you to slope, you can either slope with how many? Half inch or 1 inch. Do you understand? So let's say from here is the half inch. Then the standard neck width is usually what? 3 inches. Are you seeing it? The standard neck width we usually use is how many? 3 inches. Do you understand? That is from here to here is 3. So connect from here to here in order to slope your shoulder. Do you understand? Okay. So next thing we are going to be doing now is, look at it. Next thing we are going to be doing now is, let's complete the armhole. Armhole. Do you understand? So now the shoulder is 14. 14 plus shoulder is 14 divided by 2 is 7 and a 7. So plus half is 7.5. Do you understand? For the same allowance. Remember what I used to tell you, whatever that is on the shoulder, take it down as the armhole length. So the armhole length is what? 7.5. Are you seeing it? So from here, already we have gotten the shape. Are you seeing it? Okay, so if you've not gotten yours, this is how to get it. From here to, look at it though. Remember what I said, shoulder should be measured from the neck depth. Do you understand? Look at it, 7 inches plus half. Then take it up. Are you seeing it? Then from there, you do your shoulder slope. Then after that, from here, put back whatever your shoulder is. Your shoulder is 14, divided by 2 is what? 7 plus half, that is 7.5. Are you seeing it? Then you can now connect. Are you seeing it with a curve in order to form the armhole? So next thing we are going to be doing now is let's construct the neck. So in order for you to construct the neck, so the neck width we'll be using is 4 inches. Do you understand? So, and the neck depth is 6 inches. Look at it, guys. Are you seeing it? Look at it. 4 inches will match to the 6 inches. So next thing we are going to do, we are going to get the neck curve. I've already taught us how to get this neck curve. Do you understand? How do you get it? Diagonally mark out. Are you seeing it? 1 inch from here to here. There you have gotten it. Are you? So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be creating a curve here. Are you seeing it? This is how blouses do have curves. So as you can see, from here to here is 2 inches I'm using. So I'll be connecting it down to the middle part. Do you understand? Okay, look at it. So at the end of the day, what we are going to be doing, we are going to be cutting it out. So you guys can see we are done cutting the front neck. So let's cut the back neck. Okay, so for the back neck, as you can see, it's going to be a high neck. So from here to here is 3 inches, as you can see. So from here, just connect with the curve. So next thing we are going to be doing now is that we are going to be using our scissors to cut it off. Okay. Yeah, as you guys can see, we are actually done. So but there's something else I want to do. This is the underbust. Draw a line here. I want us to effect this thing we call the back center dart. Do you understand? Look at it, guys. It's just a dart. Are you seeing it? Okay, from here to here is ½ inch. Are you seeing it? And where does it start? It usually starts from the armhole line. Are you seeing it? From here to here, and it ends around wherever the original dart used to end. That is probably 2 inches above the hip line. So let's cut it off in order to get the shape. Okay, so as you can see, we are actually done. Please, for the armhole effect, this is going to be done after we are done working on the dress. Do you understand? Like whenever we are ready to fix the sleeve, that's when we are going to retrim and get our armhole effect. So all you have to do is to remove the pins. So guys, as you can see, we are actually done removing all the pins. So we are going to be sewing with our machine. We are going to be turning with the lining. So in order for you to turn, all you have to do is the right side of the material is supposed to be facing the right side of the lining. Are you seeing it? Just like this. Okay. So we are going to be sewing here. Okay, guys, there's something I forgot to do. I'm supposed to reduce the length of the lining. It is very, very important. I'm supposed to reduce the length of the lining. The reason why we are reducing it is so that when we sew, the lining is not supposed to be coming out in front. Do you understand? So I'm going to be reducing it now. I'm going to be reducing it with 1.5 to 2 inches, whichever one you want to use. Are you seeing it? Use it and reduce with that. So let me cut it off. Please remember, it's only the lining, not the fabric, not the real material. Okay, so now we are going to be turning the right side versus the right side. Look at it. We'll turn the neck and top stitch the neck. Then we turn the down and top stitch it down. Then next part for us to turn is the two sides. Are you seeing it? So that is the same thing we are going to be doing here also. We turn the neck, we turn the down. Remember what I said, the neck, the down and the two sides. Do this. This is what we are going to do on our machine.
So as you can see, make sure you turn the neck, make sure you sew the neck, and also make sure you top stitch. As you can see, what I'm actually doing now is that I'm top stitching. Yeah, make sure you top stitch by sewing on the lining. Please, after you're done doing this, make sure you sew the down part and also top stitch. Just do the same thing to the down part. As you can see, that is what we are about doing. So I'll be starting from the center so as to make sure that everything is equal. From the center to this side is equal, and from here also to the other side is equal. And also make sure you top stitch, please. It is very, very important. So the next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be closing the two sides. Please, as you're closing the two sides, make sure that these two edges are equal first. As you can see, make sure they are equal, then you don't have to sew. Please, as you are sewing, I want to let you know something. When you are reaching at the down part, you will notice that the material is coming in towards the lining. Yes, that is very, very much correct. That is the essence of shortening the lining, as you can see. So make sure you sew it that way. Make sure you sew it that way. Okay, so let's do the stitching, guys. Let's do the stitching. So then after you are done stitching on this very side, make sure you also stitch on the other side, just exactly the same way you've stitched on this one. Please, whatever you do on your front, make sure you do the same thing on your back. Please, it is very, very important. As you can see, we are done stitching this particular one. So what we are going to do, put your hand through the armhole, then turn. Are you seeing it? Then turn. After we are done turning, remember I said we should also sew the back. Now look at it. This is how it's supposed to be. That is the sense of shortening the lining. So next thing you're going to do is to place it on the table, and you do what? You iron. Iron it very, very well. It is very, very important. As you can see, that is what we're actually doing now. Take your iron and iron very, very well. Please, ironing is very, very vital. It is very, very important in making a nice dress. Please, iron is one of the instruments that you can use to make a cloth to appear very, very neat and professional. It is also one of the equipment that you can use to destroy a dress. So the way you use it matters. Please, the way you use it matters. You can see the cloth is looking very, very nice. Yes, so what we are going to be doing now, please remember the same thing we've done to the back of the dress. Yes, in order to save time, that's why I'm using the front for illustration. Okay, next thing we are going to do, we are going to be replacing our measurements. Are you seeing it? Fold it into 2 and place your underbust measurement divided by 2. That is what we have actually done. Are you seeing it? Place your blouse hip divided by 2. That is what we are actually done. Are you seeing it? From that underbust, now make sure you place your pin. This pin is to replicate it on the other side. Are you seeing it? We have replicated it on the other side. Okay, so next thing we are going to do is to cross check. Divide your underbust into 2. Check whether it is what you're actually seeing there. Do the same thing on the blouse hip. Are you seeing it? Okay, so now since both of them are all correct, next thing we are going to be joining to the sides. Are you seeing it? Take this side and join, then take the other side and also join. So let's go to the machine and do the joining. So you can see we are actually joining the 2 sides. Okay, please remember, while imputing the measurement from the underbust, we went straight to the bust. That is how we got it. We did not specifically measure for the bust. Okay, so I'm going to be showing us where we'll be measuring for the bust. After you are done sewing it now, joining it now, next thing we are going to be doing is we are going to be doing the second round of measurement. That is folding it into 2. Are you seeing it? Just do the same thing as we have just done here. Please, before you do it, make sure you take it to the ironing table and iron out the seams, as you can see here. Okay, now from the measure the underbust. The underbust divided by 2 now is divided by 2. As you can see, is 16. That is 32 divided by 2 is how many? 16. Okay, now your blouse hip, as you can see, divided by 2, what I have there is 20. That means the blouse hip is 40. Okay, then measure the bust. Bust is 36 divided by 2 is 18. Then you can add extra half inch to it just to give ease to the bust. So when you are done, all you have to do is to connect. After you are done connecting, take it to the machine and sew. Please, while sewing, sew with a very low stitch, because we are still going to loosen it out so as our zip can go through that place. Please always know that you have to iron it after you are done stitching it right now. Are you seeing it? Okay, guys, so we are almost done. Next thing is to join the shoulder. Please, I want you to be very careful and see how we are joining the shoulder. So you take the right part of the material and join like this. Are you seeing it? The material going to the material while the lining going to the line. So you start stitching from the middle part. Are you seeing it? Start stitching from the middle part. Please make sure you place it very well. Now look at it. Stitch from the middle part to the end. Then also start from the middle part and stitch on the lining. Now look at what we are going to. Are you seeing it? Start from the middle part, stitch on the lining. So you can see we are done. So all you have to do is to open it up, iron, and close it back. So let's do that now. Okay, so you can see this is exactly what you are going to do on this sleeve. So next thing I want you guys to do is to go and trim your armhole and impute the sleeve. That one I believe you guys know how to do. Thanks, and may God bless you. Thanks for watching. Make sure you watch the